So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the training of the Akuvox Intercom Systems. And let me introduce myself. My name is Ferdi. I will doing in general the support for the English, German, and Dutch-speaking languages. And well, let's get started. So let's start with the presentation of the products that we have, and then I will explain a little bit about the cloud, access control, and the mobile app, and the end user cloud configuration. And then we will have a 15-minute break, and then we're gonna show some configurations and different setups, how to program those devices. Okay. Well, let's go to the presentation. So you should see now the presentation. Let's start with the one. Okay, let's start. Akuvox. Akuvox is more or less the leader in smart video intercom systems. Has a big advantages. It works well, very nice. It's working with the cloud as well, also without the cloud. So if you want to use it in an environment without internet connection, you should be easy to use this as well. We're going to explain those settings later on in the configuration part. Okay, so let's continue to the next slide. Okay. So what do we have? We have monitors. We have different type of monitors. I will explain that later in the slideshow. We have different type of door stations, from simple to advanced ones. So they all almost every intercom works with RFID, the EM and the MF version, NFC, Bluetooth, PIN codes, QR codes, face recognition, and can be connected to the mobile app. We have the IP version, and we have also the two-wire version. The two-wire versions can be integrated also with the IP versions, just like other systems as well. And then we have also some models with the Android installed, Android 6, or the more advanced one with Android 9. You should be able to install one or two applications. Keep in mind, do not use heavy applications because it is just a video intercom system. It's not like a tablet you have that you can install unlimited applications. Well, most tablets get slower as well if you use too many applications, especially those intercom systems. If you have a simple home automation platform that uses little data, depending on the situation, depending on how big the configurations are, etc. But easily you can connect your IX application on it or the Saphir Smart. Do not expect to be running 32 cameras at the same time. I did not test it yet, but I'm sure it's not going to work because it's not made to display 32 cameras, right? So small applications should be working fine. And remember, do not install a lot. It's not your tablet. Okay, door intercoms, well, crystal clear audio, customer voices, echo cancellations, and Bluetooth speakers. Cloud. What can we do in the cloud? Well, as easy as it is, the cloud can provide firmware updates, multi-site location, call to the application, and remotely open doors, even with the access control panels. You can remotely use your mobile app to open a door. and you can see the online status of the devices that you have connected in the cloud. It's compatible with the Asterisk server. Well, a simple overview, like a simple door station with the Android 9 version monitor. Those two you connect together, and then you can configure those two using the cloud service. We will get back to that, how to do those things. About access control, we have two mainboard access controls that you can use weekend readers to it. These are the most interesting ones. Well, for me, it does. I had a lot of requests about other brands. Hey, can we connect those in the cloud? Can we open doors in the cloud? In general, it's also not possible unless you have a VPN connection, etc., etc. But the ones from Akuvox, you can connect in the cloud. So if you know that you want, if somebody is at the front of the door, they call you, you can even open this from your remote, well, from remote on your mobile app. You can open the door for them, even with NFC, EM card, or MF card. And the other model, the A02S, you can use this one with a PIN code as well. And then we have also the one with face recognition with an 5-inch IPS LCD touchscreen. Very nice. Let's continue. Now, how we connect those devices, those access control panels. I have one over here, just bear with me. Where is it? You see, it's very compact. It fits in right in the box of an installation. So it has this context at the back, and this one is all the ones are power over Ethernet. The only thing that you need to use is a 12-volt or any type of power supply that you need to use to open the door. Configurations are in here. So let's move on. So simple overview installation, how you can connect those devices. One, for example, in the garage, one in anywhere else. And you can remotely control everything from your home. Like in this situation, we have a family home with 1, 2, 3, 4 floors. A main entrance door station, another main entrance door station for your own apartment. Anyhow, these configurations are almost unlimited. I will show you after the break how you can set those up with different buildings in one complex or one block. Well, about the smart application, Smart Plus, it's the application you need to use to connect those devices from Akuvox. Well, you have the preview of the cameras that you have. You can open or call any device in your in the system, and you can also open the doors from remote. So here is the login page that I will show you later on as well. What can we offer more? Okay. In case of users in one apartment, there are 4 free users in one apartment. What is it? What does it mean, 4 free users? For example, you have 4 mobile devices, each with his own account / email address, but you need to register the email address to get an account. So in each apartment, so in each household, you have 4 free users. Any user more needs to pay €3. Yeah, actually, that's nothing. But anyhow, for 4, I think most households doesn't have more than 4 people. Or when there's a very, very nice family, yes, it is possible. Then it's also possible to add another apartment in the apartment with another monitor, and you can have another 4 as well. Anyhow, a lot of different configurations, a lot of stuff is possible. But anyhow, I don't think a lot of situations will be like you have more than 4 users at the same time. Same with the other devices, with the multi-apartment setups. So this is the end of the presentation. Let me see. I see no questions. Anybody have questions? There should be an icon on top with a question mark. And you write your questions, then I will look at it, and then I will go back to it. Or I have my colleague Nicolas as well as backup. He will be reading all those questions, and maybe he will go answer the questions quickly, or if it's very interesting for everybody to know, then I will discuss them here online. So let me go back to my program because I thought that I went a little bit too fast. Let me see, mobile app. Okay, I moved a little bit too fast, I see. Let me see, there are no questions. Okay, everybody should be able to have access to those articles. Okay, in here, let me open this in a new tab. In here we have the Visiotech School. If you do not have access, use your email address that you use always to send questions to support@visiotechsecurity.com, and then you click on forget password, and then you will receive a new password. If the email address is not registered, please contact us from support, and then we will write an email to you or confirmation email. You click on it, then you click on forgot password, and you will receive a new link to recover your password. It's basically very easy to do, and then you should be having access to all those articles on the Visiotech School. So there are some previous ones as well. Okay. So in here, if I click here, we have these articles in English available for you at the moment. There will be coming more slowly. So if there's something not there, just send an email to us, and then we will react on it. Okay. So now let's go back to this one. Okay. So first of all, you need to create the installer's account. So you click on this link, then we continue. Okay. In here you write your name, the name of the distributor, or this case will be Visiotech, and then your email address, and you send this to us. Okay. After that is created, you can start working on the eCloud. Okay. Before we go to the eCloud, I would like to start with the program of the scanner. Before we going to do that, I would like to have a short break to prepare some video streams that is necessary for you, and I will be talking to you directly in this camera without turning my head around. So please bear with me. Let's have a small break, 15 minutes. And if you have questions, do not forget, in the upper corner there's the question mark, and then you can write your questions. No, eso es perfecto. So, welcome back, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Let's start. I just logged into the eCloud of Akuvox. Okay, I want to show you how to get started. Let's go first about the projects. Okay. Let me log out for 1 second. Okay, this is the main screen. Okay, you log in with your name, your password, if you have received them. In general, you'll be prompted to create your new password. I've already done that. Okay, I have already created a project over here. It's called Project Zero. It's my first project. I should call it Project First, but anyhow, I put it there, Project Zero. That's my first project. What is in this project? In this project, I have a community. Let me open it. So let me explain first those icons, okay? In here, you can import a project. So let's say you have done a template of a project. You can import it over here so you can adjust it later on. Especially if it's a very complex situation or you have multiple similar projects like this, you can save a project and then you can import it over here. Okay, in here you can edit. You can edit the project. Okay, you can see I have here the 150 apartments. I have home automation servers off because on this moment we do not support the home automation. You need to use a different or third-party application for it. Now, for example, the Tuya application that you can use. Landline service, we do also not support that. My biggest question is who in this time is using LAN services. So it's for me, it's like a no-go. But anyhow, it's not activated. So okay. So you can write here the name, the address, the street name, so that you will recognize it later on easier. Especially it's useful when you have multiple projects running, and I'm sure there will be coming more and more and more. The time format you can adjust here. The time of the date format you can adjust here, and the permission of access. Okay, this one is very interesting. Okay, you have public area and private area. What does it mean? It's the product that you have. If you have only public areas, you use this one. But in most cases, you have public and private areas. What is a public area? Public area is like a main square where everybody enters before entering your apartment. So if you have private, your door from your apartment, for example, you have there a door station, that one becomes private. It will be not accessible for everybody else. So then in general, I guess 99% you will be selecting public and private area. Okay, if you have questions later on, hey, I want to do a project with all public areas. If you have doubts, please do not hesitate and ask us for support. Okay, so pin code mode. What is the pin code mode? This is the pin code mode of entering the door where there is a door station. For example, you can select just a pin code, 1, 2, 3, 4, or you select an apartment and the pin code. This will be back in the log files, so you could be able to view afterwards who entered the building. and which apartment number they use to enter the building, right? Okay, so this is the first introduction of your project. Okay, here, property manager. You see, I created this email address, and this is very important. Only one email address for one project. So you cannot use any email address twice. In here, I can add other people into the project. Let's not do it because we are sharing this platform to test our equipment, in this case for this training basis. How to enter the project? There are two ways. Over here, I think that's the most easy one, or you go over here and then you select the project. Either way, you'll get into the project. As you will see, in here, I have already created some buildings. I took here a very common situation for in Spain. In Spain, there are blocks or big community building with a public entry, and then in this case, you have 4 different type of entries to different apartments. So in this block, you have 4 entries for 4 different apartments. Okay, we have a building number 110A, 110B, 112A, and 112D. And for an example, I had created another apartment, number 1F, that has its own door station as well. Okay, let's go to the public area. This is how we start. Okay, this happens sometimes if somebody else is logged in. Anyhow, let's go to the public area. In here, I have 3 door stations. Well, 2 door stations. No, sorry, 1 door station, 1 phone for the guard, and 1 access control for the parking. The one that I showed you before, this one. Okay, this one we use for the parking garage to open the door. Let me show you the other one. This is the master station as well, so the guard can communicate with everybody if the people allows them to. Okay, and then we use for the demonstration, we use this video intercom. Okay, with the keypads, the card reader, and for example with this one, you know, I don't know if you can see it very well, you can call the guard directly without pushing any numbers. Very convenient. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. For information, we can click on this one, and you will see the information of this. And what is very nice, if you go to settings, you can see how the connection type is. And over here, you can also do a remote control. Okay, let's see. I guess somebody else is logged in. Let me go here in the public area, and I will go here again, information, settings, and then a remote control. So now I need to refresh the page. Let me see. And now via a tunnel, I will be connecting directly on this device. So no need to have port forwarding or anything else. Got it, right? In here, you can change stuff. You can add a user, for example. You see some users here that I already created for cards to enter. You can edit those numbers. So if I click here, I will see the 2 cards that I have. I can add another card. If I click on obtain, it will connect to the reader. Oh, I forgot to bring my cards. And then I can present the card to the reader, and then it will save the card number. So for in any case, if you need to add a new card and you're not on location, but the person is on location with the card, you can communicate via the phone and ask them to present the card, and then you will save the card over here. So again, it's very user friendly, so that you can add another card to a user. So you don't need to drive over to the location. If everything, of course, is in the cloud registered. Okay. So let's go back. The same thing with the other devices. Okay. Let's see. The first building. The first building has one person that I registered here, Senor Harry Potter. Okay. So when we edit, when we click on edit, we can see what the guy, what this person has. This person has one. Let me see. Oh, I'm going wrong here. Okay, has got 2 monitors in his apartment. One in the bedroom and one in the main room. You can give it a name, anything you like. What is very useful is to write down exactly which apartment number is and where in the location. So, for example, this is the apartment. Should be this is the apartment 1D, A, and then you can write down living room, anything you want to make it more convenient for you, that you know when you need to do a service to this monitor, that you're talking to the person or the owner of the apartment. Say, hey, something's wrong with my monitor. Please help me out. Okay, let me know which monitor are you in the main living room. This one, yes. Okay, then you're sure that you're working on the correct monitor. So this is why it's important to, from my point of view, to add the location of this one. In here, you can also see the intercom devices. So it has connected to the intercom device 110A. You can edit this one as well. I don't have the one that I connected here, to this apartment over here. That's the one with the 4 buttons. So let me go to apartment 1F. Okay, my nice apartment. So again, we can see here the intercom devices. This is my personal one. Okay, this one has got only 1 button. It's a single attendant device. In this case, yeah, because it has only 1 button, if it has a number pad like this one, it can only call my apartment. So this is coming back to public area plus private area. This is important that you create the project, in this case, with public and private areas, because this small door station is private for this apartment. I hope this is a bit clear for everybody. If you have questions on it, just write it in the field of the questions, and then I will be coming back later on it. Okay. So globally, I showed you around now in the building projects. Okay. Now I'm going to explain how to add a device in this project. This should be very easy. Okay. Let me first explain to you all to look up your Mac library. Okay. You click here on your Mac library. This will show all the MAC addresses that has been registered in your
projects, in all your products. Okay, so sometimes when you have exchanged a monitor because a client didn't like the monitor, that he wants to have a different monitor, like say he wants to have the Android version, so he exchanged the monitor. If you use that MAC address, you need to clear it first here. My advice is, do not clear any MAC addresses here before you notice that you could not add the MAC address. Okay. Now coming back to this one. Okay. So now let me go to building B. Okay. If I want to add one new client, I will select the floor number that he is on. Just bear with me 1 second. I have somebody coming in. Just 1 second, please. So let's continue. I'm sorry. Here you write down the apartment number or room number, whatever it's needed. So let's say in this case it's the building 110B, because in this project we have more. We have 4 buildings. It's at you could do it, but anyhow, I think it's easier depending on the numbering of the buildings, or use the way they call the apartments. Sometimes they have a schedule. Hey, the building this, apartment this, you need to call this number. Depending on the situation, you can put anything inside what you want. Okay, so you can put here, because it's building number 2 and it's floor number 1 and it's apartment number 5. You put here 215. Okay, then you can add here the name. So in this case, you can do building 110B, and then it was apartment 5, right? You can add a P at front. Okay, anything that will make your life easier later on. Okay, so anyhow, name, oops, name here. Okay, yes. Web relay ID, you can identify any relay in here, what you want. In general, most people will not use it for their own apartment. In case of you do, or you can number, you can give it an ID. Call type, here you select the way people can call, the mobile application and indoor monitors, or indoor monitor without the Smart Plus application. So if you want to have only the indoor monitors and you don't want to have them calling you on the application, then you will select this one. And if you want to have everything ringing, you select this one. Okay, I think we have a question. Just bear with me. Okay, I need to rectify something because of my nice colleague, Nicolas. He's a good expert and he rectified me. Well, anyhow, so this is all together. And this is first the monitors and then the mobile phone application. Obviously, in the mobile phone application, you can put non-disturb as well, right? Or in some mobiles, you have these time themes that at nighttime all the noises will be cancelled. So anyhow, again, altogether, first monitors, after that your smartphone, up to 4 in one apartment. SIP or IP call, well, in this case, it's going to be SIP call. IP call you use in general for when you do not have internet connection. I will be explaining those later on. In here, okay, here comes the nice part, the easy part. Okay, the easy part to connect the device into the cloud. Here you put the MAC address of the device. There are two ways to collect the MAC address. Okay. Personally, if I'm on the same network, I would like to use the IP scanner. The IP scanner software you can download from the product page of the Akuvox. So you go to the Visiotech web shop, select any Akuvox product, and there you will find in download the IP scanner. So in here you can override the IP number. So in this case, I don't know which one I have already registered. This one might be. So in here you can use also, well, the username and password in case you want to change something to a fixed IP address. In general, for testing, please use DHCP. If you have everything configured or you have a network that has an administration of IP addresses, you use static IP addresses. So in here, you cannot copy the MAC address. Okay, so or you need to overwrite it manually, or what I do, because I'm lazy, I'm using the web page. Okay, this one has a different password, I guess. Oh no, okay. So in here, I copy this MAC address. I go back here and I edit. Okay, and then I give the location name. I can choose if I want to use the release or not. Then I submit. I will not do it because maybe I'm stealing somebody's monitor. So I will click on cancel. But anyhow, this is how it works inside the cloud environment. Let me see if are there some other questions coming in. So okay, no questions. Let me see. Very nicely, upgrade. So when there is an search, you can just bear with me. Okay. So we go to new, and then we sorry. We select the model number, and we have this one here. So
si hay alguno que tiene pendiente, te sale sí o no.
When there's somebody needs to have a new firmware version, you can see that over here. So in here you have all the models that are available. Now I'm trying to remember, we have this one connected. So let me see, main door, no. as this is the parking. And we see here the firmware version. So no, this is not the correct one. Just bear with me. I need to communicate with Nicolas for this one. One moment, please. Any model you have over here, if you see anything, you can use the update. I just picked the one that might be having some confusion sometimes, okay? But anyhow, the A1 and the A02, this is the 2. The A1, the A01, sorry, I'm starting to get nervous. I don't know why. Anyhow, the first model is without the keypad. So in here, you will see we have indeed a newer version. So you can do this, or you can select a specific time you want to update. I guess on busy moments, it's better to upgrade the devices at nighttime. And then afterwards, you check it as well. Or the first thing in the morning you do is checking. But I suggest to using this around 2 or 3 o'clock in the night. But not on Saturdays. Because if it's not working, you need to go out. And some people come back late at Saturday night. Okay. I'm not going to upgrade right now, because maybe we need to disconnect everything or some things. So I will not do it right now. So this is the part of the upgrades. I will be, let me ask Nico if there's an article about the upgrades. I guess so, right? ¿Hay un artículo?
Todavía no.
Todavía no. Okay. I will try to do my best and create an article about the upgrades as well anytime soon. I hope having more time next week, and I will try to create an article. If you have questions and you do not succeed during your testing, I will also advise anything you're going to sell or preparing to sell, create a test setup first. Get to know the products, because sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. In general, like I showed you, it should be very easy if you follow those steps. I have already some articles ready. Some I need to get ready to check everything, if I write everything right. If I did make a mistake on something, just please send me an email. Hey, Ferdy, is this correct? Am I reading this correct? Because on my side, this is not working. Please do. Anyhow, back to the projects. Okay. So I guess I showed you everything about the multi-site. We have also the single attendant. Well, you create that over here. The single attendant is just like I created the single attendant within the multi-attendant. So you click on new, create a name, room name or house name, whatever name you want, email address, the region, mobile number, the address, and then again, all my devices that are installed at the same times in the house, or some of the devices are in a different place. Let's say you have a house in the main city, and you have also a beach house. So you can combine 2 locations in one. So from where you have a call, you know where it's from, you can answer those calls. A lot of people, they use it also for Airbnb. So if you have a client that has a lot of rentals, different houses, different apartments,
or different rooms. They can add a door station like this. They can add a card, or they can add a PIN code to enter the apartment. So it's very, very user friendly, especially for people that has Airbnb rentals. If a client shows up very late at night, they recognize the faces, and they can open the door for them without going out. So it's a big plus point. So, and then you submit, and then you create this user. Within this user, just like I showed you in the multi-apartment, you add the devices, the outdoor unit, you add the monitors, and then you'll be set up and should be working straight away. I have an article about this as well. I will show you in a minute. Okay, so I guess from this part, I explained everything about the cloud, how it works. Again, if you have questions about the cloud functions, please ask them right now in the questions. The other thing is I will show you right now how to set up a building without internet. Remember, I know some products use the Wi-Fi to do a call forward to the mobile. With Akuvox, it doesn't exist. So I don't think it's necessary as well. I do think a lot of new buildings, especially big buildings, they do have internet for their own purposes as well. So in general, that should be enough. Or well, these days, those internet connections are not that expensive. And the other thing is, like most new equipment, they are also maintained through the internet, get the notifications through their internet. So in general, you should be safe. Or sometimes they just don't want to have it. Like where I'm living, there's no call forwarding to my mobile because they don't want to have this system. So in this case, you can use this, but then with the IP addresses. I will explain to you how it works. Okay, I'm going out here. So let me go back to the IP scanner. I'm going to select this one. I think I have it already open, the door phone. I need to log in. The default login and username and password is admin. Let me click it on remember. In here, you add the IP address. So this is the outdoor station, this model. Okay. So in here, you add the IP address of any indoor station. Let me go to the article because I think that's a little bit easier. Multi-apartment setup without cloud. So I used this model to make this article. Let me go down to this one. Okay. So in here, so you will see I use the IP address to register the monitors. In here, I explained everything. You can add the dial plan. For example, I mean, it's very useful to use a short number for an apartment. So in this case, in the phone and on dial plan, I add the prefix for a room 010 that calls one monitor. Okay. In other cases, you can also add a multi-call. Let me go back to the door phone. Let me go to let me see.
I need to use my home articles dial plan. And that's not in the intercom, but in the phone. Okay. You can also import export. I brought an article about this as well. So in here, I can say, call all, and I use, for example, the prefix 202. And in here, I write down the IP addresses on all the devices. I can add in this group 5 monitors. So at the same time, 5 monitors will ring. So this is how you create a, for example, if you have one apartment with 5 monitors, you can create a group call by using 202. For example, if there's one apartment that are renting rooms to students, for example, each student can have his own monitor. And for some visitors or for the mailman, for example, if they call, they can call 202 for everybody, or call directly the monitor that's corresponding to the dial plan for only just one monitor. Okay, this is how you do it in here. So let me go back here. Oh, you see, in here I have also documented the multi-apartment. In here, you can also see how you can export it and how you can import it. In some occasions, you need to import the XML file. In some occasions, you need to import the complete zip file. The zip file name is, let me go back. That's a TGZ, okay? In standard Windows, will not open it. What I'm using is the program zip7 to open this one and to export it and import it and save it again. Do not change this extension name. If you change it, it will not work. This can be very useful, especially for monitors if you're exporting dial plans, or for not the dial plans, or for the outdoor stations. If you're exporting and you have more than one door station in the same building, then it will be easier to export it and import it. It makes your life a little bit easier. So in this case, for this monitor, you need to use the XML file. There are some other occasions that you need to use the zip configuration. Okay, here a little sample. Here we see the outdoor unit. In this case, this one. So if you have configured the guard, you just press on the C, and then so in this case here we press here, and the guard is ringing, and they can hear you at the same time. To cancel the call, you just press the C to cancel this one. Okay. For any apartment number, if you configure it, you dial the apartment number and then press the ring. If you have configured a access code, press the pound sign and then the code and the pound sign again, and then the door will open. Depending on the configuration that you use, with apartment number or without apartment number. Take a good look at that one. So actually, using with IP should be working straightforward, very easy, using the dial plan and the IP addresses. In here, you can also find the article with the cloud functions. So everything that I showed you, I registered it over here. So you can always go back if you want to review, or if you're busy setting up, or if this is your first time of doing this type of installations and you want to fall back, you can always review this. And if it's not really clear, you can always ask your support from us. Now that I'm seeing this image, when you create a user, they will send an email. It looks like this. I created this one for the project 0. What you do in the application is you open the camera and you scan this QR code and you're directly logged in. It's really user-friendly. It's super user-friendly. So if you have the big project, create your users, enter the email address, create a user. If the email address is correct, they should receive the email, or in their spam, could be possible, I don't know. Anyhow, in their inbox or in their spam, this email will be there. They download the application, they can use this link, then they open the application, and then they use this icon to scan the QR code, and immediately you're in the device. Okay. Here I explained this as well, the project managers. So everything that I discussed, more or less, you have here in images. Let me go back. This one. This is a bonus about all the videos that we already have on YouTube. So if you want to know the installer cloud setup based, you can watch this video. We have, I think, four videos as well. Later on, this presentation will be on YouTube as well, if you want to view it back. Let me see if I forgot something. Oh, for the IP scanner software, you can download it as well from here. Let me just have a quick talk with my colleague. Just bear with me, please. Okay, we have a very interesting question. A question that I got at the same time. Okay, so don't worry. The question is, by default, when you're connecting those two devices with each other, you cannot open the door. That's correct, because you need to activate a DTMF code to activate the door. Okay. There are two ways to activate: during the call or before the call. It's very normal not to open doors before the call. I do get it that people say, but you see the person. Remember, there might be also kids in the apartment, and by accident they open the door. So by default, put it on in call and then open the door, just for safety reasons. Or ask your client how they want to have it. Okay. In general, if the setup is made in the cloud, it should be working directly. And if it's not working, there is an article, I cannot find it directly, but it's not translated. Let me see in the other one. No. No, it's not here. Let me see. Let me see if I put it here in. I know I documented it somewhere. I don't know if it's already ready to be published. No. Okay. I do have a document in French that is showing this. Give me some time. I will do it. I will upload the article. Okay. And for the person who asked the question, it's a good question. Sorry that I forgot to document this one. Please send me an email. Okay. I will give you directly the translation, and so that you'll be able to unlock the door. Okay. Anyhow, coming back on to the situation. From my point of view, if there is internet connection, use the free cloud service because it's absolutely free, up to 4 users per apartment, okay, or in one family house, depending on the situation. Okay, let me see. I already have copy link. Let me see. I have the article. So in here, you go to phone. So you need to open the web page of the configuration page of the monitor, okay? Then you go to phone, and then just bear with me. I need to move some stuff out of the way. Phone, then relay, and then you enable unlock and configure it on cloud or not. And then let me ask my colleague. Okay. So in here, you can choose the DTMF code. Let me see IP phone. I have it here, okay? So we go to phone. Then we go to relay. Then I need to log in again, obviously, for safety reasons. So in here, I can change it to star as well. Okay. For remote, you can change something else as well. You got it. And then you can save to continue. Okay, this is how you change the way you can open the door with the code from inside, from the monitor. Okay. Let me see if there are some questions. In general, I was thinking the course will be longer, but maybe I talk too fast, or I expected to have more. And thank you all for listening and joining this this training session. And well, that's it. Have a nice working weekend. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching this video. If you want to know more about our security products, subscribe to the Visiotech channel and activate the notifications to always stay updated on the latest videos.